Hi everyone, my name is Priscilla and I am the social media and surrogate ambassador for Hawaii Surrogacy Center. These are my two children, Nixon and Sky.
She's 5.
Nixon is 5 years old, Sky is 3 years old, and today we are filming this video to talk a little bit about explaining surrogacy to your children. Obviously, I am pregnant right now. I am 34 weeks pregnant. I'll be due in January, and my kids are pretty young, so I get a lot of questions about my kids and explaining surrogacy to them and what they understand, what they don't understand, how they're feeling. So today I'm going to be answering some questions that people have asked online and hopefully help anyone out there who's wondering how to explain surrogacy to their young children as well. So the first question I get is, how do the kids feel about my pregnancy? Nixon, Sky, how do you feel about there being a baby in mommy's tummy?
Happy.
Happy?
And Sissy's sad.
Sissy, are you sad or are you happy?
Happy.
Happy. People have asked, how will surrogacy affect the kids? I don't know. I can't predict the future how it will affect them. But for right now, we've been explaining to them that it's not our baby and we're not taking him home. They've seemed to understand that, and even my son, Nixon, he's been telling his friends, Mommy has a baby in her tummy, but it's not ours. So I think he gets it. He understands that I am just kind of like babysitting or cooking the baby in my tummy right now. And I bring up cooking because when we first explained surrogacy to my kids, we had just met with the intended parents that I matched with, which was last year around Halloween. And I told them I'm going to carry a baby in my tummy, but it's not going to be ours.
2 daddies?
2 daddies. It's going to belong to 2 daddies, and we're just gonna hand the baby over when the baby is done cooking in my tummy. So they kind of understand the whole cooking concept because I'm just cooking him up and serving him to his actual parents. So basically describing it as cooking or baking in my tummy has helped my kids understand because they know the concept. They see our oven, you know, a bun in the oven, their bun, my oven. They know that it's not our baby, and they seem to be pretty receptive to that. So the next question is, how did the kids react to the surrogacy news? My kids were happy because they love babies and they knew that mommy's tummy was going to grow. So they never thought they were going to get to have a sibling. They just were excited to see my tummy grow because they're too young to remember when she was in my tummy. And obviously she's my youngest, so she's never gotten to see me pregnant. So they've been excited. I get asked, how did I explain the surrogacy process to them? Basically, what I said before, I just told them that mommy's gonna carry a baby for someone else and I'm gonna cook them in my tummy. And when the baby's done cooking, then I'm going to give the baby to its dads and they're gonna take them home and we're gonna go back to normal. I've told them they're not getting a sibling. They know they probably won't be meeting the baby. I told them if the dads say that I can show them pictures, I will show them pictures. But we're just helping people, right? We're just helping the daddies have their baby. Yeah. So right now, since my kids are pretty well behaved, I'm gonna ask them a few questions and then I'll finish answering the other questions for myself. So, Nixon, Sky, whose baby is in mommy's tummy?
2 daddies.
2 daddies. So they understand the concept of the couple who I'm caring for. I'm caring for 2 dads. They've been trying for about 10 years and I'm so grateful that I'm the one who is actually able to give them their baby. So, Nixon, do you know whose baby is in my tummy?
It's the 2 daddies. I don't remember.
You don't remember? Do you remember meeting them? Were they nice? Yeah? Do you remember meeting them? Yeah? Okay. Who is taking the baby home?
2 daddies.
The 2 daddies! Are you happy or are you sad to give the baby to his daddies?
Happy.
Happy? You want his daddies to have a baby? Do you know that when mommy has the baby, you guys aren't going to be at the hospital? You know that your family's going to come watch you, babysit you? Well, you guys are going to stay at the house and then we're going to come back from the hospital and there's going to be no baby, right? Basically, that's everything that my kids know because they're just so young. But I feel like if your kids are probably around 8 and older, they'll be able to grasp the concept a little bit better. They may have different feelings just because they're older and they may want a sibling and know more about having babies and stuff. But my kids for now, they're content. All they've ever known is each other. And my husband and I have decided to stop having kids of our own. We decided when I was pregnant with my daughter that she was going to be our last one. So I got my tubes tied at the time of my C-section with her, and my husband got a vasectomy a few months after she was born. So we've always made it known to the kids that they're not having another sibling and it's just the two of them. And they've been content just being a little pair for their lives. So we've never gotten their hopes up for a sibling or a baby. So I think this is normalizing surrogacy to them, and they're just thinking we're helping someone else out. So my advice would be to be completely honest with your kids from the beginning. Obviously, there are some things that kids don't need to know, but I think it's best if you let your kids in on what your plans are for your family, whether it be to have more children or to stop having children. Let them know your plans before you talk about surrogacy so they don't get their hopes up, or say they don't feel bad maybe if you plan on having more kids after surrogacy, and they don't feel bad like, oh, well, this isn't our baby. It's nothing to be excited about. Because if you do want to have kids after being a surrogate, they still have something to look forward to, just not with that baby. Let's see if there are any more questions I haven't answered on here. I was asked if I could explain it differently to my kids. Would I, and how I would explain it? I wouldn't explain it differently because I just feel like the way we explained it to them is just so easy and simple for kids their age. I think what made it easier to explain it to them was having them meet my intended parents. They've come to visit twice before, and we spent the whole day with them, one of the days all together. I've explained to them like, oh, you guys know the baby in mommy's tummy? These are the baby's daddies. And so they've put a face to the baby instead of not knowing and then just thinking because we're the ones around the tummy all the time that it's ours. So yeah, I think that helped a lot. So this last question is, how will I prepare for childbirth while having to take care of my own kids? And we are doing a scheduled C-section because I've had C-sections before and it's just the safest, kind of most predictable route, I guess. So we're flying in my husband's cousin, and my dad is also going to come in for extra help if we need it. So they're going to be staying home with the babies. They're going to come in before we have the C-section. Then when we're supposed to be at the hospital, my husband and I will go to the hospital, meet with the intended parents, and my kids know I won't be bringing the baby home. But yeah, it makes me feel better knowing we'll have family at the house just to kind of keep everything in order, and we don't have to get like strange random babysitters and feel uncomfortable. So I'm just happy to be able to come home and relax after that. So I really do suggest having family, trusted people around when you're going to give birth, because obviously it's not your own child and you don't want to be bringing your kids to the hospital and kind of confusing them with that whole experience. So I really want them just to be at home and not make like a huge deal about me giving birth just because it's not our baby, and I don't want to get their hopes up for anything. Good job, guys. High five. So just try to have fun with it. Try to include your kids as much as possible and try to normalize it for them. I think that being as honest as possible about surrogacy is key, and include them so they don't feel left out. But that is all we have for you today. I thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this. I hope you'll subscribe and maybe think about becoming a surrogate yourself. I hope this helped anyone wondering what to say to their kids about surrogacy, and we will see you next time. Bye.